So this is the youngest match we've seen on the Lakeside stage this week. Lex Paeshuyse, the young man, boy, bairn, infant, however you want to describe him, opened up the show in this tournament in the quarter-finals. The most incredible thing about his rise is that he had never left Belgium until he went to the World Masters in Hungary back in October. He then goes and wins the boys' tournament and then qualifies for this. So he's becoming more well-travelled than he's ever been. He is rapid, and he is the latest cab off the Belgian ranks. Archie himself has got a bit more silverware to his name, a prominent winner in WDF Cups, and he also was a qualifier to this championship. He was too strong for Kenji Steinbach of the Netherlands, winning that game 2-1. Lex, a straight sets winner against Ralph Laumanis of Latvia. Scott Mitchell is alongside me for this very exciting looking contest between two stars of the future.
Yeah, I most certainly am. I obviously know a little bit about Archie himself. He's from 20 minutes up the road. First saw him playing county darts for for Berkshire. He's based in the Basingstoke area, and yeah, definitely one for the future. And Lex Paeshuyse has sort of just appeared on the scene. He's just been around for a very short time. Like you say, not travelled, but it doesn't seem to faze him. And that's a sign that he's settled down very quickly indeed.
Took no time at all to settle on this stage against the young Latvian Ralph Laumanis. Came away with an average of 92.8, which is the best we've seen in this boys' competition so far. Going downstairs, another treble 19. Treble 17. Leaves double 10, a classic ploy for a left-hander.
Statistically the best double on the board, we're told, on many occasions.
Been good to a lot of players this week. Not this time to Lex. Archie pins it.
Because Archie is local, he has one or two local people in for him this evening. His first round game, he was telling me he had just under 100 people here for him. Which can be great, or it can add pressure. Quite ironic the draw has fallen as it has. We seem to have had an older boys half draw and a younger lads in the half draw, and these guys have an opportunity to come back for a few years yet, whereas the guys in the top half in the first semi-final, I don't believe they can come back. We know that Jensen Walker, this is his last youth event.
180 from Archie himself gets him down to a finish. Lex will be on a better one. Could potentially have half a dozen cracks at this World Championship, Lex, at just 13. Double 16. Early frustration on the doubles.
The young Belgian levels it up at 1-1. You saw Jackie in the crowd there, jumping up and down.
Jackie's last hope of seeing a title winner, following the demise of Jentel Fransen and Francois Schweyen in the girls' and men's tournaments respectively. Do you think you'd have had the temperament to play on the lakeside stage, age 13?
No. Is that plain enough for you? I don't think so, no. I'm quite happy it came to me in the life that, at the time of life that it did.
Been a dip in level from Lex Paeshuyse since he played his first game. Still very, very impressive, but Archie has picked his game up.
He knew he was going to have to. He saw the other game. He knew what Lex is capable of. He would have known from Hungary what he could do. The internet is a marvellous thing for letting you know what's going on around you. It's not like the carrier pigeon days of my life. So a break and throw for Archie Self. Could that be important?
Unfortunate to have to pick a dart up off the floor.
Did have a good look at it, to inspect it, to try and find the reason for it. I like that a lot.
Sometimes it just can be a bit of misfortune.
Happy birthday to whoever that was. You had to be able to read quick to work out who it was, but I did get the part that it said happy birthday.
I think it said Elijah, so you're watching. Celebrate with a 171 from Archie Self.
And you could say the crowd are getting into it.
Another one. Double 16
for the set.
So Self returns for double 8. Must have slipped. But that's a cracking readjustment. And Archie Self has won the first set here at Lakeside in the boys' semi-final. The older of the two lads, 3-1 in Legs. And Lex missed a few opportunities. It is Archie Self who leads Lex Paeshuyse by a set to 0.
Welcome back to Lakeside and the WDF World Darts Championships. We're in the middle of the boys' semi-final, the second semi-final that we've seen today. And Archie's gone in a set-up against the throat. What a beautiful double eight he found in between those two darts to win that set.
Yeah, well, he missed the 1-5-2, which would have been a glorious way to win the set. And then, of course, he had his two darts, and it looked like he blocked the double eight, but he found a way through right in the bottom corner. And knowing him, that was where he was aiming. So it was a really strange set, though, with Lex having won the bull-up. You think he's now going to go on and get the set. Archie broke him straight away. You think, now he's going to hold his throat. No, he didn't. Lex broke him straight back. With that, Archie broke him again, and then he holds his throat to take the set. It's just great stuff from two very young lads.
It was the same as the girls. The girls' game started off with break, break, break. And I said, is that down to just players just settling down at the start of the tournament?
It can either be settling down or it could be over-eager. You know, these are big moments for these kids. They've been waiting for this for months. So it could be that it's got here and they're just slightly over-trying a bit and the adrenaline kicking in a bit hard.
I feel like that Lex has slowed down just a little bit. I'm sure he was a quicker player for his first game.
I would agree. I think he's trying to pick his darts. I think he's trying to make sure that he's given every dart a chance. And with that, ultimately, he's a split second slower and the timing is not quite there. I'm sure that if he's out the back, his people will be telling him, up the pace a little.
Just do what you do.
As soon as you up the pace, you throw a little bit harder, then the trajectory is flatter and easier to judge where the dart's going to land.
Archie's got the momentum, though, as well. It was the correction as well. He hit a very fat one, took a beat, treble 20, treble 20. Being able to correct yourself like that is amazing at this age.
It is wise beyond one's years. Archie also has a lot of people in for him tonight. He's only up the road 20 minutes in Berkshire, and the crowd know that he's the local boy here. And as I know from being here, that comes with a certain amount of pressure as well. So it's not always easy. It's great when you're in front, lovely to have the backing. But if you're behind, they don't quite support you so much. So let's see where it goes, really.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Scott. Let's get back to the stage and the game.
Thank you, Helen. So Archie Self 1-0 up against Lex Paeshuyse of Belgium. The levels of Lex have dropped slightly since his first round win against Ralph Larmanis. The Self levels have risen, so maybe it's no surprise that the slightly older of the two players at 15 is a set in front. It's not as if Lex looks flustered, it's not as if he looks frustrated. He's just not hitting trebles with as much regularity as he did in the quarter-final. Neither player displaying too much in terms of emotion. They've no battle scars, they've no reason to be scared. This is simply a great opportunity for the pair of them. You would probably say that Self is the deserved leader, Scott, but we know that Lex has got the talent to roar back.
Absolutely, you're not a World Masters winner if you can't play. It's as simple as that. Interesting point that Helen made about she feels that he's slowed down a little bit, a split second slower. And that does affect your game. It does affect how hard you throw the dart. So it'll be interesting to see if the pace gets upped a little here, whether Lex's people his little team at the back have told him maybe he needs to be doing this, or maybe sometimes at this age it's best to let the kids work it out for themselves, because sometimes you can't always be there to help them. So once you start relying on help in the background, if that then disappears, you're at tournaments on your own thinking, I needed you there, and that can mess with your mind as well. So sometimes it is best to let them work it out themselves.
And sometimes it's best to let them make their own mistakes, and then they'll learn from them.
Yeah, you can tell young players about mistakes and what to watch out for, but like anything, until you've learned it for yourself, you don't tend to have it stick in the memory.
Double eight for a break back instantly. And if you suspect attempts at double. Double 18.
Oh, what a finish. What a finish. The boy is just growing in stature in this game, isn't he?
And the thing that's most impressive probably about both these players is the speed of thought, the counting.
Yeah.
Everything's soaked in.
Oh, they're better than my generation of counting, that's for sure. But I have to say, I've been impressed with what I've seen from Lex. No matter what happens in this game. I know it's a cliche, we haven't seen the last of him, that is for sure. There's still a lot of game to play here. And we've seen games flip in an instant. It's things like that, it's counting like that. I didn't know about that. At 40 years old, let alone 14.
Board management switching to the younger generation, and now he wants double 14. Oh, that's
wow.
sensational.
Wow.
This kid is something else.
.110, 145. Wow. That's yourself. Welcome to the big time.
Nick Rolls getting the pleasure of calling this one. And so are we. So refreshing to see darts in safe hands.
Archie did say to me after the game, his last game, that he had to battle away and he's got a lot better in the tank than that. He really has. He wasn't lying.
Even the decision then to go for the 18s after. Looked at Lex's score, realised that he didn't need to go the 18s route to leave the bullseye.
You've been shooting 110 and 145, 86. Must look like a canter in the park, mustn't it? Double 7.
Match dart missed. Lex just takes a sip of water, calms himself down. He knows he'll only get one opportunity at a double if he hits the treble.
And shows a bit of maturity from him as well. It's obviously the family of Lex. And that,
the family of Archie, who will be celebrating. The youngster from Berkshire has booked his spot in an all-English final against the 18-year-old Jensen Walker. He gets warmly congratulated by Lex Paeshuyse. Archie Self has won in straight sets, 6 legs to 1. Look out for this kid in the future.